This is the all-new 2022 Infiniti QX55 Sensory. The QX55 is basically the QX50 as a sports utility coupe, or just a SUV slash coupe, and it competes with the BMW X4 and the Mercedes-Benz GLC. This particular QX55 we're looking at is finished off in a very nice majestic white exterior color. And actually, I'm not a huge fan of coupe SUVs, but this doesn't look that bad. It's not the most gorgeous design though. Let's go ahead and check out the interior. You can see your door panels. We'll go in more depth of that momentarily. Your Infiniti badge on the door sill, and you have your red semi-aligned leather seats with your black contrast. Very sporty seats. If you can see, the door panel materials are very nice. Soft touch leather up here and right here. Some nice stitching as well. Now, you have a wood grain trim up here. Very nice wood grain trim. You have two mirror seat settings. You can also change it if you want. Now I just accidentally pressed the button. Now the whole seat is moving. And you have your Bose speaker, your door locks, mirror controls, your window controls, and down here is just nice and soft. Where you put your armrest, where you put your arm. Good amount of space down here. You'll have one air vent up here, wood grain trim, steering wheel assist, parking assist as well. And this button will help you keep your distance from the car in front of you. You have your power tailgate. All of your lighting controls. You have automatic headlights as well. Here are your gauges. Very typical Infiniti gauges. Simple, but they look nice. You have your 3-spoke leather-wrapped steering wheel. You have all your controls right here to interact with your screen that's in the middle. And your infotainment system as well. These buttons feel pretty nice, not low quality. They feel soft. They feel solid. Your horn button, you have, I really like the steering wheel as well. 2 air vents, and your very outdated 2-screen setup from Infiniti. So down here you have your climate controls. And on the top screen you have like your radio controls and your Apple CarPlay controls as well. Of course, you have dual zone climate. You also have heated and cooled seats for both you and the front passenger. These buttons are right out of place. The climate, these 2 screens, I don't know. It's like bleh. No, it doesn't work. 1 screen is enough. I mean, you have various buttons. You have your hazards button, your track button, audio button. But I don't know. Should have made this just 1 screen, because the 2-screen thing is very outdated already. You have a cubby space down here. 12-volt power outlet. You also have 2 USB ports. 2 cup holders as well. Engine start stop button mounted down here. Gear shifter controls your CVT. Disappointing to see a CVT in a luxury car. Although I do like the shifter. You have your drive mode selector right here. Electronic parking brake. your auto brake hold. Here's some controls to interact with your infotainment system. Or you can also touch the screen if you want to. Ever I use a rotary dial, but I don't mind that it's touchscreen and rotary dial. Armrest, pretty soft, pretty spacious as well. I have a USB port there. I like the black and red armrest. And these seats, pretty comfortable. Could be a little bit softer, but I'm guessing because these are like sportier seats, I think they have to be a little bit more firm, but they're still nice and supportive. You have your glove box, some more trim, more leather trim on the dashboard as well. All of your garage door settings. Of course, you have your lighting controls. You have your sunroof control as well. You have your sunglasses holder. And I guess that's really it for the main cabin. It's pretty nice in here, but very outdated. The door panel materials are the same as in the front, obviously. Nothing different. Feels nice and soft. Pleasing to the touch. Okay, so the seat is lined up a little bit more back of the B-pillar. I have a good amount of space back here. You have a storage pocket. You have 2 air vents, as you can see. And down here, have a 12 power outlet, USB port, and your climate adjusting control right there. I don't know if it's me, but the back seats are a lot firmer than the front seats. This should have been a little bit softer, but I mean, it's still pretty nice. It's livable. It's not like super comfy back here, and the front is much more comfortable. But here it's like not that comfy. On a more positive note, you do have a nice armrest right here. Very nice and plush. I know it is plush, but it could be a little bit more plusher. Storage space right here. You can see I can put my phone right there perfectly. I have 2 cup holders right here. And almost forgot to mention, little light up here. Same with the other side. Here's what it looks like from the rear seats. Now let's go ahead and check out the cargo space. In order to open the power tailgate, it's actually rather odd. So to go to the Infiniti logo and then press this button right here. And then it will open. Decent speed. Pretty fast. Lots of room back here. Fold the seats down. You'll have even more room. You can haul lots of things in here. I mean, if you want, you can put your dog back here in the trunk without the cover on, obviously. You can also store stuff under the floor mats. And here are your levers to fold the seats down. Very versatile. Press a button, and then the power lift gate will close. Thank you so much for watching this review of the 2022 Infiniti QX55 Sensory. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.